Alright, this project's been a while in the making, finally getting around to doing it. There's a lot of different track clip installation tools out there. Some of them use like a little a bolt, like it's a press to compress the clip onto the track. I seen recently Trax USA has this tool that actually uses a big set of bolt cutters that they have like a stamping die kind of welded into these jaws here that compresses the clip. Now, that's great. I really like the idea of using the bolt cutters for that. However, number one, I ain't paying for that. $175 for that tool. And the other big problem is one of the most common track clips that I'm always replacing are for the older Skidoo tracks, and they have a real narrow band that clamps onto the bars on the track. And I don't think that wide die that they have on that tool would fit into the windows on those narrow tracks, those narrow window tracks. So we went down to Harbor Freight and got a set of 24-inch bolt cutters, and they were like $14.99 or $15. Heck, with a 20% off coupon, you get them even cheaper than that. And we're gonna just cut right to the chase and use the existing jaws and just grind out the profile for the track clip right into here. Now, one of the nice things about these bolt cutters is you've got some adjustments here. So if the profile is not exactly right, or you need to open it up a little bit more, because there is some variance in track clips, you can have a little bit of adjustability, open the jaws up a little bit wider. Now, I was doing some research on a bunch of random tracks that I had laying around, getting an idea for the size of these clips. This is a pretty good average of most of the different ones I checked on. They're about 1 inch wide, you know, when you're looking at them from that angle. Roughly 3/8 to a ½ inch high when these the side wings are compressed down. And for the shape of these jaws, I'm going to have about a 1/4 inch top fold over, angled up just slightly so you know it's a little bit more forgiving. First step, start tearing these things apart so we can get the jaws separated and start grinding on them. So now that we got the cutting jaws off there, we're going to cut out this profile and trace it onto there. Keep it centered on there. Now the fun part starts. About 15 minutes with the grinder, and that's what we got. If I was to do this over again, I'd move the slot a little bit further down into here. You won't get as much open gap when you're installing, but you'll have more material back up here around these tangs. Should have done that. If these end up cracking, I'll have to just weld a backer support onto it, but if you move it down further, I don't think you'll have that problem. One thing I did, I cut away some of the inner cutting point on these blades. That way you have some adjustment here, and you can have these close further if you want. Otherwise it bottoms out there, and you can't get it to close any tighter. You kind of want to smooth out this inside portion here and round off that edge, so when you're clamping the clips, it doesn't mar up the surface it rides on your slides.
Now, one thing, having a narrow clamping section here, you'll have to clamp it probably, 2 or 3 spots along the clip to get a good even crimp on it.
open the